Hi, I'm Chan.
Hi, I'm Yo.
And this is
MUMxiety. Okay, welcome back to another episode with us. I have a question.
What?
What kind of mum do you think you are?
A fat mum who hasn't been able to
Shut
shed off
up
the
lah.
postpartum weight after 1.5 years.
Okay. We Asian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you've heard of tiger mum?
Yes, I have.
Okay, then helicopter.
Helicopter 什么?
Okay, almond mum.
I mean, I know it's 直升机 lah, but
almond mum.
have. I heard of
Beige
it.
mum. So okay, we start with definitions first. Okay, a tiger mum is a strict or demanding mother who pushes her child or children to highest levels of achievement. Sounds familiar? Everybody go watch 小孩不笨.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
This is for your own good.
Damn. so that's tiger parenting. Okay, helicopter. You ask me what is
Yeah, where
helicopter,
is
right?
helicopter?
Helicopter.
直升机, yes.
Yes lah. Helicopter parenting is often referred to as the part in over parenting, where there's excessive levels of involvement and control by parents in their own lives. Which I think it's a bit of the the generation after, not a generation after us, but the group of kids after us. Where you know we are the 草莓族, is it? Then the next one, we strawberry generation. Then the next one is, I think, durian or something. Where like inside the AF one. Then the parents are the ones that you should be scared of.
Them, huh? Okay.
Yeah, like the ones where we've talked about this before in office. You remember this conversation?
We had so many conversations.
No. Where remember we had to go outside to this counter to get things done last time.
Okay.
Then sometimes we ask for things, right? Very easy settle one. But then others is like, wow, they everything also cannot take it one. We push for something only, then they got push back. That one. Then or like anything also like I find my manager. Like that kind of kids. Like, and then I think there is that generation where their parents did everything. And there was a lot of where teachers were more afraid of the parents. Because no matter what you say to the kid, right, it goes back to their parents, and their parents are the one that come, I want to see your teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in today's context, it's also a bit the Karen lah. Let me talk to your manager.
So she's not a parent, she's a Karen.
No lah, but this is just that's like in service terms lah. I mean, for parenting, it's where they really over parent their child lah. Everything they do for the child, everything is the child has problems, they go to their parent, and I guess it ends up with kids who don't know how to do anything on their own lah.
So they are always keeping tabs on the kids.
Yes.
So it's helicopter lah. They are watching everywhere.
Okay, so that's helicopter parenting.
Alright.
Almond mum. An almond mum is a parent who follows incredibly strict or dangerously unhealthy eating habits and attempts to force them on their children.
I think the very famous example is Gigi Hadid's mum.
I guess.
Yeah, I think it came from one of the episodes of like the Housewives of Beverly Hills, and then Gigi Hadid was complaining, saying that, "Mom, I'm hungry," and then she told her to
Eat an almond.
go and eat an almond. And then everybody was like, what is this?
I don't even like almonds. Okay, no, I eat almonds, but I don't like other nuts.
I mean, like one almond, like when she tells her she's hungry. She's a model lah. She's a model. Probably because the mom was a model too. So,
all this pain.
so to help her in this modeling career, this is what she has to do. But it gets so extreme.
Okay.
It's only 一粒 like 很小, you know,
小.
like a thumb, or your thumb is even bigger.
Yeah.
Depending on how big your thumb is.
Yep. Okay, so that's almond mom. And then last one we have beige mums, right?
What's a beige mum?
Yeah, so these are a few types of mums you talk about. I mean, there are a lot of other types, but beige mum, I think it's more prevalent. There's this period where it was very, very prevalent. It's a beige mum or a sad beige mum, where the trend refers to parenting aesthetics characterized by neutral colors, minimalist decors, natural materials, and a preference for gender-neutral toys and clothing, often seen on social media. Sounds familiar?
Trust me, I wanted to be that mum.
Okay.
I very much wanted to.
I think it started stemming from this point in time where I think a lot of us, okay, not a lot of us, but there would definitely be people that have this appreciation for like aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then there was a phase where neutrals were the thing.
Yeah, because they say don't want the kids to be confused, let them to choose their gender, don't want to restrict them to the colours.
So then the whole more awareness of gender neutrality and things like that also plays into this.
Whoa.
It's 2025.
It's 2025. Woke.
Favorite line. No, but and so I think that's how the whole beige mom and because I mean if you think about it, sad beige mom makes sense.
Why is it sad though?
You imagine as maybe now as an adult you can appreciate neutrals. But as a kid, right, I think colours are very important in your development. And you imagine you're not exposed to colours.
I don't know, I've always been a whatever colour is cute mum.
Right?
I think like I need colours, like bright colours.
Yeah.
Then you know, like when you're a kid, that's probably the only time in your life where you wear like super outrageous bright colours.
And no one's going to say anything.
Yeah, if you're like in your mid-30s and then you wear like bright colour, people are like, yo, 这样老了, 这样hiao.
Right? And so which is why I think set beige mum makes sense, because you are not letting your kid be exposed to all these colours.
Mm-hmm,
Right.
Okay.
I think colour development is very important for like colours, like very important for child's development when they're younger.
Probably relate them to mood.
A bit.
Like yellow is happy, red is angry.
Yeah.
All these things, right?
Yeah. And so I think colours play a very important role in our day-to-day life also lah. So like, and honestly, this whole set beige mum thing, it was part of, I think there was a whole TikTok trend about it, and I saw some of it. Right, it was really quite bad. Like you know, you have those Christmas tree kind of toys, like the Tinkle Tot kind of toys, so like the plastic one, but like the ink plastic, right? So they had a Christmas tree. Then Christmas tree is like bright green. Then your ornaments have colours and things like that.
The moment where you really can put all things glittery,
Right.
sparkling.
The mum spray painted that shit,
Too.
and it was like she spray painted it either to like muted colours or like beige, like so wood, like different shades of beige on that tree. So it became like a wooden Christmas tree, but still the plastic thing. But like, where did all the colours go to?
Yeah, then
Sad not, you tell me sad not.
like why though? Like why?
Yeah.
Aesthetics lah.
Aesthetic lah. Because that green tree did not fit into a house aesthetics, which was
Oh.
minimalistic and like with neutral colours around. And so she wanted to have a kid to have that toy, but then like it had to fit into her house theme.
Okay, no judgment for the mothers who choose like aesthetics like this, but honestly, not for us, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not for us. I mean, no, I think we have friends that are very particular about aesthetics also. I think you and I have a particular level of, I mean, maybe, I wouldn't want to say maybe more for me, but y'all all know me, like, things must look chill. Like, they must go together. Like, got some harmony. Like, you look at my house.
Okay.
I buy furniture separately, but they all kind of go, like, and they gel together, kind of, right? And so, things must look nice. We have a friend partner who also is aesthetics over everything else. Like, we buy toys for the kids, right? We must check. This one can pass the aesthetics, because else the pots put at home, right? Not nice, but need for confinement. Okay, you use finish, keep in the drawer.
Is the plant parent? Is it a plant parent?
Hello.
If
But
you're
yeah,
listening.
so I mean, there are people where aesthetics plays a role. Like, it's important to them that everything looks nice. But again, what looks nice to you may not look nice to someone else.
Yes.
Right? What your kids might like the freaking bright, loud colours one.
Yeah, my kid loves freaking like yellow, like bright
yeah.
yellow. Everything yellow, everything also yeah. All everything dark lah. She got so many, every time she pick, it's all darkies, like bright yellow darkies, bright yellow everything. Like, I mean, it's a bit too bright for my liking, but I guess this is the age where you can play with colours the most.
And I think it's good. It's good to let them explore. And I think it's like, I would think that I am a right brain person. So
Okay.
I'm quite rather strong in the artsy things and the languages and things like that. But again, I am a bit not here, not there. Because I think my left brain for logic also quite strong. So
She very strong
It's the-
overall lah.
it's the 两头 I not flexing. But to me personally, it feels like the 两头不到岸 kind of thing.
Low key flex.
Not low key flex. Like, to me,
High key flex.
also not high key flex. Like, personally, I feel like I struggle because I think I am neither. Like, you know, there are people who are very strong in their
But
left
you are
brain.
both.
No, so
You're
that's
on
the
good
thing.
sense.
That's the thing, right? Some people, like, you can look at me and say I'm strong in both. But I look at myself and I think I'm strong in neither.
Wow.
Because I'm
perspective.
not strong in either, right?
That's
Like,
your
like,
feel
to
mah.
me, is I'm not a right brain person. Cause
Okay.
like, my art not like super 厉害. Like, I do, but do I enjoy it? Do I do it just because I'm doing it? Do I like reach a certain level and I'm just like, I'm doing it just because I was made to do it, right? Like, I never thought I was an artsy person growing up because my parents said that my maths and science were strong, so I should be a left brain person. But then later I realized that I got interest in languages, and this came from nowhere. I never thought I was a right brain person because I did ballet and piano, but I didn't like it at the end of it. So I didn't realize that, like, you know, I could have been stronger in my right brain until, unprovoked, like, I had my own personal interest in languages. Or like, amongst my cousins my age, I was the only one that really picked up Teochew a bit more. And we all never went for Teochew classes. Who got no dialect classes in Singapore, ma? Like, we all just sat around listening to our parents speak with our grandmother.
Okay. Is
And
it more about interest or is it more of like like how you instinctively do better?
No, so I think for me, right, so that's the thing, right? Like a lot of people will say that like a right brain person would be more interested in the arts.
Or interested lah, not like,
like
you do
interest
better
or like
lah.
no, sometimes you will, because you're interested, you tend to end up doing better because you're stronger, so you can process those skills better.
Because you're stronger, that's why you're interested, or because you're interested, that's why you're stronger?
I think it was both ways because you have that appreciation and skill set, right? So I think it goes both ways. Stop laughing at me. Yeah, so I think it goes both ways in terms of with your right brain, right? Like, or even your left brain, they have different kind of skill sets. And so when you are stronger in either, you process either better, you tend to end up doing better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So growing up, because I always felt like there might have been a point in time where I liked piano, I liked ballet, I liked doing things outside of the exams, but then I hated going for the classes and the exams. So I felt like I wasn't strong in my right brain, right? So that I thought, oh, I was a left brain person also, because that's what my parents told me, like math and science, I was good at it. But then I realized as I grew older also that math and science can practice one what.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why.
Right? So these kind of things and which is also why my parents end up sending me to science, like encouraging me to go to a science stream because you can study for these exams.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your art subjects like your history, okay, geography also can study a bit, but like history and things like that, right? While there are facts you can study, how you string them together is how you score, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those can be a bit tougher in that sense. So I always just thought I was a science person. So left brain. Because I go for all science streams. Like my parents say take science better. Right? So that was me growing up. And then when I grew older, but the thing is, so my cousins could see and I couldn't see it myself. But my cousins would later tell me, no, you right brain one. Like, of all of us, only you can have a proper conversation with our grandmother in Teochew.
Okay.
The rest of us don't even understand when they're talking about us. You know, like meanwhile I can tell them, hey, they're talking about you, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then much later on, I went to Korea to learn Korean. And so I'm now fluent in Korean. And I spent a year and a half in Korea. Right? And again, it was an interest, right? And came out of nowhere. Okay, not nowhere lah, but it was one of those things that
Actually, why
I learned Korean.
Yeah.
I had interest in Korean quite far back. Like even before the whole K-pop craze and everything. Like I was listening to first and second gen K-pop. Oh no, this is my age coming up. So I first started listening, my friends introduced, but it was the very first group I listened to was Super Junior and Girls' Generation. So that's second gen K-pop, right? And then from there you go even further back, then it becomes first gen. So you're like Shinhwa, HOT, that kind.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh,
oh my god.
Oh. The age showing. But so that was then. But even before K-pop, right? The thing I started watching was in Singapore we had this drama called Da Chang Jing.
Yeah,
that used to show on TV, right? And then a few other Korean dramas from that period. But also soon after that, and so a lot of Singaporeans started watching because like they like these Korean dramas.
Mm-hmm.
But soon after that, before even like Running Man and things like that, there were Korean variety shows, right? Because I listen to Super Junior, they go on variety shows. And then I wanted to watch the variety shows and understand, but there were no subtitles last time. Because last time all the subtitles is like fans do one, right? And so like, or like it's really like those very hood kind of translations that you find. And dramas get translated because they speak properly and everything. Variety shows move so fast that last time people don't translate them. Not like now, Running Man, everything's translated. You all sorts of variety shows that are translated. View can be your best friend to watch your next Korean whatever. But in that point in time, variety shows weren't translated. And if I didn't understand the language, I couldn't watch. I couldn't understand. I could only laugh because the action they do look funny. Do I understand what they're talking about? No. So that was when I wanted to like know the language so that I could watch these variety shows. Which is a bit different from why most people want to learn Korean also right? Those me, they're oppa, they want to understand this song, that song, to watch drama, no need subtitle, that kind of thing. So it was a bit different. And my chance came when I finished my degree and I had some time before finding a job. And so I told my parents I wanted to go to Korea to learn Korean lah. And so I'm very thankful that my parents let me go. They had the faith that I would go and come back. Right?
Were you planning to not come back?
I think there was a point in time where I tried to explore if I could find jobs there or work there.
How did they react lah?
I think for me, my parents, so my brother is 1 year younger than me. And my brother damn, they say this has go to show privilege again. My brother also studied overseas. Okay,
Privilege.
my brother studied overseas, and so because he's 1 year younger than me, he went soon, a bit after I went to Korea. So I still went overseas first, right? And so I think for me, it was a bit hard navigating that because my parents are a bit like, they want to keep you here as much as they can lah. They're very scared. Like, I mean, as with all Asian parents, they don't really want you to like go and then like you forever want to go there. Because that's what's happening to my brother now, right? He studied overseas. He worked here and there for a while. Came back, worked for a while. Realized that the market here is not great. So he's now working overseas and likely won't be coming back anytime soon. So he's based overseas. He's currently based overseas, and so that's where. And because now he has a son, spending time with their grandson is very important also, and so having the kid overseas also is a big challenge for them lah. So and I can understand where they're coming from, but when you are like in your early 20s and you tell your parents and your parents tell you this, you're like, I don't care, I want to go, right? You cannot see so far. So I had a bit of a struggle with that. I had to find my ways to navigate around it, tailor it to how my parents understood things, which is a very interesting way that I've now come to realize, because when I tailor things to appeal to my parents, like I need to show them I've done my homework, I've done my comparisons and things like that. I go to my parents with Excel sheets.
Oh wow, okay.
The first time I did something like that, and my partner saw, because like we were talking about housing and things like that, and I did that because I had to talk to my parents about it, right? The first time my partner saw, he was like, huh? Why you talk to your parents need to go with like a whole Excel sheet and like a whole presentation prepared kind of like, you don't know my parents.
So what kind of parents do you think they are?
I think honestly, growing up, I don't want to say my parents are tiger parents, right? I don't think they have been super demanding, right, on myself or my brother as we were kids. But I think there was a point in time where they really pushed us. Definitely not helicopter parents, because they were the kind that you fall down lah. You need to know what is pain, right? Fall down, I will be there to pick you up, but you fall first. Okay. That kind of thing, right? Or like fall, you say, I tell you don't do really what. Okay, now come, let me put some aloe vera on your bruise, kind of thing. So I think I won't want to say that my parents went all the way to the extent of helicopter or tiger
So maybe
parents.
they are like a fusion. Like you don't necessarily have to stick to one category. Maybe they are like both or even three.
I think for and then parenting, like I always, now I've come to realize it's also my parents' first time being parents. Yeah. Like we just talked about it. Yes. Right? It's their first time living this life. Their first time having kids, their first time having 2 kids. Right? Their first time having a daughter, their first time having a son. Now their first time having a grandson. And a daughter who wants a dog. Right? So I think
they tick all the boxes, yeah.
Yes, they really do. Everything applicable. I love granddaughter lah.
Yeah, granddaughter.
Coming soon, right? So
oh really?
They're planning, I think.
Wow, nice.
Not me. I mean,
okay, yeah.
Disclaimer, not me. But so I think my parents, I don't think they fit into a particular category or box, which I think it's where most parents are at, right? They have all sorts of characteristics, perhaps from each parenting style. So if you ask me, my mother and Almond mom, no. But do my parents comment about like how clothes fit on someone, how you look, fat or not, right? It's happened, right? I honestly was a chubby kid, and I was chubby growing up, and you would know that, right? Like you've seen my photos.
Yeah, I am also a chubby kid. I can relate.
Yeah, you've seen my photos, right? I wasn't just a chubby kid, no? Like I chubby, then I lose some weight, then I put on again, then I like balloon, then I up down my whole life lah, huh? So if you ask me, do I have body issues and all that? Yes.
I think all women have it.
To a certain extent, I think most of us have.
Even guys actually.
Yes. Guys also have.
They're like, people are asking, why you never go gym train? Why you so skinny?
Never go leg day, right?
Never go and skip leg day, right?
Like I think to a certain extent, all of us have some issues with our body image, right? And even those who say they are very, very confident in their bodies now and whatever, we all went through a phase where we could be too skinny. I know friends who hated themselves for being too skinny, which was the ideal for most of us at a certain point in time. We are the kind that I'm too fat, I eat too much, I never eat enough, kind of thing. Like I went through phases. All my friends would know. Phases. And I think you knew me when I was already a bit healthier in terms of my weight. Right? I don't think you've seen me truly balloon. No. It's been quite consistent. Like I maybe put on a bit of weight, bloat a bit, then come back down.
Yeah, her lunch is like what, 3 nuggets?
No, guys. There was this period where I every day eat chicken breast and broccoli for lunch. Oh, then they hated me for it. It's like, hey, but you don't say it. There was a period where we ate cornflakes and chocolate milk for lunch.
Yes, we did.
For a very long time.
For a very long time.
every day. So we not the healthiest in terms of our diet.
Now I look back, right, walao,
We rabak.
cannot save me also now. I'm like, I don't know what size
What
already.
we doing really?
After childbirth, I just like, never mind.
Yeah, so we've had, like, I mean, personally, I've had a very, very difficult relationship with body image, with food. Have I had eating disorders? Not to the full extent of what it might be, but have I wouldn't say experiment, but did I start to a certain extent? I would say yes, right? I've gone for days not eating. I've gone for days only eating a lemon.
Why you eat lemon?
I don't know, I stupid.
Oh, literally
Like,
lemon,
macam my stomach not enough acid, add more
of
acid.
all food, why lemon?
Yeah,
eh?
so I spoiled my stomach because like it was already so much gastric acids, right? And then I add more acid, so it was very acidic. So I had very bad gastric problems at one point in time.
So sorry, we need background story on why lemon
I
of
also don't
everything.
know. I
When
don't know
you
why.
read this, what is this, man?
I really don't know. Honestly, the internet was shit. But
What is this?
I also don't know.
Lemon.
Okay, but there was also a point in time where I was just like constantly making myself be in pain. And I felt like being pain meant like I had something to say. Like, I'm hurting. Okay, sorry, emo
What
kid.
is this? This is sorry. This is something I don't know about you, but
I was
what is this?
really young and stupid. Okay,
What
so
is this?
I've gone through all those phases. I've gone through phases where I made myself throw up whatever I've eaten.
Okay, I
Yeah.
had that. I had that
Yeah,
episode. also.
I've had all sorts of things. I've gone through phases where I don't want to eat. I eat very little. I think intermittent fasting is the way to go. No, eating breakfast is the way to go. Not eating breakfast is the way to go. Eat less for dinner is the way to go. All it's kind of rubbish lah. Okay?
So do you think it's the comments that your parents make? Like your mother might have made some almond mum comments.
Yes.
Then
okay.
you think about it and then like you just
Okay, so that's the thing about body image. I don't think kids are born to know the difference between fat and skinny. Or like that one is bad or good. They can tell you fat and skinny.
but if you
to
praise
them
them too much, also wrong.
correct. So I think kids, like these kind of vocabularies come out from their mouths. Like when they become toddlers, I think you will come to notice because I've noticed in some of my friends' kids that are toddlers.
Oh, my girl just say 美美哦，我很
Yeah,
美。
Right? But
美
so they don't understand that one is inherently worse than the other. Or like they don't understand the connotations we have behind those words.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it comes a point in time where the way you say it and how people say it, right? They start to understand. Maybe you don't say it, but their friends do. They will also learn.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And so for me, we talked about comparisons previously and how my brother's 1 year younger than me. So here's where it never ends and how I picked up all these negative connotations for myself. Because growing up, my brother was skinny AF. Like he really was a bag of skin covering bones. You can see his ribcage one.
I don't want to, but thank
Yeah.
you.
So like literally in Chinese, 皮包骨. Right? And that was my brother. So I never liked it. But I even had relatives saying, you eat your brother's food ah? Why he's so skinny then you so
What is
fat?
this? Ui.
Then or like, today your face round ah?
Yeah, yesterday wasn't.
I was like,
Today only.
then so growing up I've always had these comments. Doesn't help that the cousins that I played with around my age, or the similar age ones. My cousin older than me is a guy, but he as a kid he was also fat, right? So we were the two fatter ones. Then the other 3 younger ones were damn skinny. So it really doesn't help.
Yeah,
They would be like, oh, y'all two sit in the... So my aunt had SUV, right? Like, got comments, y'all two sit the middle one, then the 3 of them can squeeze in the back row because they can fit.
Sorry, I only have.
Wow! You're just like, you are like 5, 6, even 7, 8 years old and you hear these kind of comments, right? And so growing up, I always just thought I was fat. And honestly, when I look at my photos now of when I was 5 and 6, when I really started thinking I was fat, I look completely fine. I was not fat at all. Like, I wasn't even like baba, you know.
I can't speak for that because I have been overweight.
Yeah.
man.
No, so I started to be like the school definition of overweight, right? In upper primary.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, but even when I was in lower primary, I already thought I was fat. Because of the comments I used to get from my own family members.
Okay, mine also. Like.
Oh, my own father said I got fishball face. Because my face is one complete circle when take photo.
It's cute though.
No,
I mean, fish balls are
it's
cute.
fit.
Not in
now,
a cute way.
now we look at it cutely, and now when we bring it up, like with my dad and all, we laugh about it.
Yeah.
But as a 5, 6 year old, your parents tell you face like fishball.
I don't know which is worse though because my mom does like very funny comments. I don't know how to feel about it because it's like one moment right, she'll say, 你很肥了啦，你不要再吃了啦。
then dinner time 吃多一点
Yeah, then dinner time right, they'll be like 吃不完给他。I'm like, but you ask me don't eat, then you ask me like 吃完呢，你要吃完。Then I'm like, so do I eat or not eat? Then I get very confused over this. Then yeah lah, then like you know, as a kid, you got big feelings, and then you just like throw tantrum like I don't want to eat already, 我不要吃。Then
给我吃完。
我吃你又讲我胖，我不吃你又讲。Then you start to like you know kind of like try to argue back lah because like logic right. Then of course like I don't know my mom back then she was like 叫你吃你就吃。I was like huh? But you said I'm fat ma. This I eat already I'm fat. Then what you want? So it's a bit like I get very confused lah.
But I think there's also a bit of I don't know if your parents ever said this to you when you were younger, but they will ask you to finish your food.
Yes.
Right?
They will ask me to finish my food.
There was, I think for them, there was also a bit of a scarcity mindset where they didn't always have enough food growing up, right? And so to them, it was like, I can now provide for you, and the food is all here, don't waste it.
And they don't just provide. They just like
over provide. Comfort over.
And like you can finish one bowl of rice, then tomorrow they feel like, oh, you can finish one bowl means not enough.
A bit more.
Then you need to have another half a bowl more. Then then you forever cannot finish. When you cannot finish, then you kena whack.
So I think there's a bit of that also, right? And so growing up, our relationship with food, I don't think we were ever taught to understand our own body cues of I am hungry, I am full. Right? It's time to eat, you eat. I give you all this food, you finish. Right? So there was a bit of that. And so growing up, my relationship with food was terrible. Like I say, I eat lemon.
Eat lemon leh.
Like I eat very little at dinner. Then when I study late into the night, I'm snacking to keep myself awake. And that kind of thing. There were periods where I really eat not enough until I was dropping hair like mad. Because you got not enough nutrients, your body's going to conserve nutrients and they're going to drop the non-essentials so that you have the essentials to keep like your heart and your lung functions going. Right? And so you start dropping hair, your nails get really brittle. And you have all these kind of issues lah, and that come with not eating properly. And then you have phases where you eat. I wouldn't say I ever went through a phase where I ate a lot. But I think the reason why I couldn't lose weight was because the type of foods I was eating. And cause
nugget.
Yeah, and a lot of processed food. Honestly, I eat like a kid lah. They always call me kids club lah. My taste buds like kid lah. Cause the things I eat really is what a kid. I think a kid more adventurous than me, to be fair.
But I think it's a very strange irony for kids meal. Like for example, I used to work for an airline, right? Like as we have mentioned. Then every time I see the kids meal, right? Like by right, you think kids should eat more, you know, like natural thing, and like healthy kind, like
chicken nugget and fries.
Or it's always chicken nugget and fries,
Chicken
or like
nugget and
those
fries.
looks like instant spaghetti bolognese or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's like those very, I don't know. It's just carbo and
But
more
here
carbo.
it is, I like.
Yeah, I mean like you're an adult lah, you can choose ma.
Yeah.
So like why like the society just
I think it's not so much feeding the kid nutritious food. I think when it comes to like flights and things like that, you are just feeding a kid something that you know they will eat. And I think a lot of kids, right? Okay, a lot of kids don't turn away chicken nuggets, right? Because one, they don't get it regularly. So when they do, it's a treat. Is one. Or like it's just so processed that it can't taste really bad lah.
Yeah, but then again, on the other hand, to me lah, I'm not about like whether my kid is fat or skinny. Like as a mom, like this has shaped me as a mom. Like back to the parenting thing, right? So what kind of mom you had probably will shape you, especially for females, like the kind of mom you will be.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's either you join them or you become
completely opposite.
Yeah, completely opposite. So myself, right, I just let my girl eat whatever, good and bad, but I try to make sure whatever is in the bowl it's
nutritious enough lah.
Yes, correct, and not too like
not
heavily seasoned.
Heavily seasoned, overly processed. And
Yes,
things like that.
correct. So she does get and I don't do like the totally like deprive her. Like some people like, oh, you cannot eat this, you cannot eat that. Then the kid will want more ma.
No, can I say, right? I've known of people, right? It's not say if it's a friend or a relative, but I know of people where don't allow their kids to have too much sugary foods.
Yeah, correct. That's normal. That's normal.
No, but so hers very extreme. I don't know if I told you this story before. So there was once my aunt went to help take care of her grandkids. And then her daughter-in-law gave her very specific instruction. The boy has 2 slices of bread in the morning for breakfast. 1 slice with peanut butter, 1 slice without.
Okay.
Never explained the logic behind.
Okay.
But this was just the reason that the instruction she gave my aunt.
That's a meal or a snack?
A breakfast.
Oh, that's a meal.
That's a breakfast.
Sorry, this is a snack for my
my
baby.
So that was the instruction. 1 slice with peanut butter, 1 slice no peanut butter. Never say reason, nothing lah. So I say, okay, So my aunt that morning prepared one slice with peanut butter, one slice without peanut butter. She fed it to my nephew. Then my nephew just ate the whole slice without peanut butter. With peanut butter. Then left that slice without peanut butter. Refused to eat it. And then after that, so she, okay lor, don't want to eat lor, no choice, right? So then after that, when the daughter-in-law came out, with my cousins, okay, now we know who he is, my cousin's wife. She came out and then she said, why do you feed him both slices at the same time? If you give him the slice with like both at the same time, of course he'll eat the one with peanut butter and he won't eat the one without. You're supposed to give him the one without peanut butter first.
Oh, I thought this was supposed to be a joke. The punchline is, how you feed one only? You should keep together and feed both.
Right, so that was the thing I asked. I said,
I thought that was
why
a punchline.
cannot keep together and eat? Why you need to give...
Why cannot keep together?
No one had a resolution to that. Because my aunt didn't fight with her. My aunt just said, okay, sorry, my fault. And
But
that's the story we heard later.
But why leh?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody went to ask her.
If you're listening, can please comment.
No.
Comment.
And from this parent, right, there were a lot of stories that came out with regards to how she wanted to raise her kids. Like, amongst our cousins in our generation. Okay, so this is again why I say, right, like in previous episodes I've mentioned, you don't comment about how other people bring up their kids. Because they'll come and bite you one day.
Like, okay, yeah, that's true.
Because I have a cousin who also commented on this. Like, no, this is a very extreme way to raise your kid. But she's doing something quite similar. I mean, not exactly the same, but similar. Okay, so this same cousin has... I don't know, like, okay, we all say we Google... We learn things from Googling. Some people learn things from reading books.
Oh, yes.
Then some people is... At least most people is you Google lah, you read book, whatever, you adapt to however fits your lifestyle and your kid and your kid and actually, your pet, right?
The main point is feeding your kid, no?
Some people read the book and do as it says. Whether or not it works.
Huh?
So she had read somewhere in the book again that if a child cries when you put them to bed, right?
Let them cry.
Let them cry.
Oh yeah, that's the sleep training thing I've heard.
Yeah. And so she says, right, they will stop crying themselves because they get tired. Only if they continuously crying without stopping for 1 hour, then you can go in and pick them up. Right? And so that was just that. And no logic behind. Again, sleep training lah, but whatever.
So I wanted to try this.
So my cousin, then I had another cousin that heard it and said, "Why this is way too extreme." And when this happened, because this other cousin is much older than us, so when this happened, she said this, right? Now when with her kids, I mean, she doesn't do the sleep training thing lah, but her bedtime also quite particular one lah, and she has like particular things in place for her child. She's quite particular about them, and I'm just like, honestly, if it works, it works lah. So same cousin same cousin's wife, the kids cannot eat snacks one. At Chinese New Year also cannot. And yes, so no sugar, no processed sugar things, no snacks and everything. When they go for Chinese New Year, we go Chinese New Year visiting, and they want to eat the Chinese New Year snacks, they need to ask their mother if they can eat.
I mean, that's normal lah. My kid also need to ask me.
95% of the time is a no. Right?
Then the 5% is fit already, then say.
The 5% is some aunts will keep pushing.
Ew.
Right? Or like that day she good mood, okay, you can eat one. That kind of thing. Majority of the time it's a no. Then we, as very punny young 20-year-olds, would be like, no lah, you just eat.
You're
so
very bad.
got one time we offered this almond biscotti, which I had another aunt on the sofa with us. She's the one that buys the almond biscotti for all of us, and she gives it to us and even those younger to us, and she buys for every family. And she's a doctor, by the way. So she's like, you can eat lah, it's fine. She's the kind of doctor that's cough never mind, drink cold water. At least you got drink water. She's that kind of doctor, right? So to her also snacks is like eat in moderation. Everything in moderation. She was on the sofa with us. She also tried and offer. We all offer, right? The kid eat. So the kid finally took it. Because the father always say cannot. But then now you have these older people that say eat, right? So he happily he eat. Then his mother realized he was eating, right? She walked over to school all of us. Except my aunt, because my aunt is her jangpei. But the rest of us younger than her, all kena from her. Then we're just like, okay, whatever lor. Here's the kicker. So these kids at that point in time were 4 or 5 years old. Haven't go school yet. Don't have pocket money.
Okay.
Now, she has 3 kids. So I have 3 nephews from her. 2 of them are in primary school. One is fat AF. He was never a fat kid growing up. But he's fat AF now.
Because he gets the freedom to choose whatever he eats during recess.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I don't restrict, guys.
So honestly, I feel like you can, instead of restricting your child,
give a little bit.
Expose them to everything.
Teach them moderation.
Correct. Teach them moderation. Teach them how to understand their own hunger and craving cues. Right? Teach them moderation. Tell them, this is good for you.
Yeah, communicate with them.
This is not that great.
This is for your own good.
Not that great, but if you want to eat, don't eat so much. You know, that kind of thing. Honestly, my parents, I every day go school buy polar snack, no. MSG all the way. But I every day will... Honestly, if I think about what I ate in primary school, right, in school, I eat seaweed, polar snack, seaweed chicken.
Oh my god, my husband
Fish fillet.
also. He said he let go, like when he went to school. It was
No,
like
but I got eat chicken macaroni also.
It was
Okay,
like
very boring one.
seaweed chicken.
But yes,
fest.
seaweed chicken.
What's with seaweed chicken and this generation?
Cause when I was young, I never get to eat seaweed. Okay, but no, to be fair, my parents gave us a good variety of frozen foods when we were at home. Cause my dad taught me how to cook instant noodles.
I'm still thinking about seaweed chicken. I'm so sorry.
So my dad taught me how to cook instant noodles when I was younger. And
Okay,
my dad is the
fine.
kind of person that felt like you need basic kitchen skills to survive in
That's
life.
very true.
And the things that he taught me how to cook, right, were honestly very processed and very frozen.
Because it's easier to
Correct,
cook.
but as a kid, that's the only thing they won't know how to prepare. Like you have to make it easy for them to prepare also.
Correct, because the
Right.
very first dish I cooked was fishball noodles.
Maggie mee.
Fishball noodle also what? You see, fishball also processed. Technically speaking lah, Then the noodles.
But my
And then-
Maggie mee quite atas one last time. My Maggie mee is I
The
cannot remember
Isis.
what brand, but Maggie mee then got button mushroom. No, but the button mushroom is not the white colour one. It's the canned the Narcissus brand, the canned button
Oh,
mushroom.
Narcissus. Shout out to Narcissus.
Not sponsored, but
but shout out.
it's the canned Narcissus brand one. Got 小白菜.
Oh yeah.
So I must learn to cut 小白菜, I must cut the mushroom. Then got it on super atas days when the cupboard got this thing I will add, which is clams. The canned clams.
But hold up, this is not as processed as
No
we
lah,
thought.
it's all canned lah, to be honest.
Your-
But got vegetable and got
yeah,
some form
got
of
vegetable,
protein.
Then you got
And then
protein,
the
it's not
next
as
thing I
bad.
learned how to do was those chicken franks. Like the not the expensive one.
Is it the with the chef one?
I cannot remember the brand, but you know it's not the light brown or like the atas sausages
yeah.
that we have now. It's chicken franks.
Okay, I know I think it's the
you know
chef
they
one.
freeze together, then you come
yeah,
out
yeah,
like
yeah.
one octagon.
yeah, that's right. It's like that one. That one.
This kind of frozen food lah, But it was a kind that my parents, like honestly my parents, if you ask me, they never restricted what I ate in that sense. Like to them, the two main non-negotiables was eat and sleep. For my parents, homework was important, yes, but my brother and I always found a way around it because to my parents, right, as growing kids, sleep is very important. And so once it came to 10 p.m. and we still haven't finished our homework and we were falling asleep at the table, they would tell us just go and sleep. Because you won't be able to be truly functional or like productive with doing your homework at this point in time.
Yeah, that's true.
So they would just say, just go and sleep. Right? Then after that, I just pretend. By 9:30, I don't really want to do homework. And then I pretend my eyes closing. Then 9:45, I pound on the table.
But do you really sleep not? Like at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, no, so then it depends lah. Sometimes when I was younger, to be fair, I didn't have issues like insomnia we have now, right? So go into a room, I really can sleep. I just like, I'm done I don't need to do homework already. Okay, I'm done. Then I will go to a room and sleep. But there are some days where I pretend only I sleep. Then I lie there. Then after that, after all the light ready, my dad make sure we all sleep ready. Because sometimes my dad will need to like rough my brother up so that we can. And we were younger, we shared room lah. So sometimes it's a bit like must rough my brother up, expend all his energy, then he can sleep, right? So after my dad does all that, then I pretend I sleep ready. Then after that, he go out of the room, right? Then I start finding things in the room to play. But very seldom. Generally, I was a very sleepy kid. Like I slept a lot when I was younger. So most of the time, I would just sleep.
Have you heard of something like they say 你睡不够长不高?
我睡很多，我还是没有很高。Exposing my head here right now. 没有很高。
But my mom used to scare me with that lah.
My parents never scared us with anything.
Yeah,
Because
then
I
I'm
think
like-
they figured no use one.
Then I'm like, 我这样不可以sia.
No, my parents got scared one thing. My mother always say must eat the plate clean. Ask your
If
partner.
yes,
Ask your partner next time
Got
the face.
pimple.
But my plate very clean.
My plate was very clean.
But my partner the face.
Wait, what is it?
He knows it.
Wow.
But now be better because I make him do skincare. Guys, skincare very important. Okay.
Yeah, skincare very
Yeah.
important. So back to the topic.
Kind of parents that you wanna be.
Yes, what kind of parent you had will definitely impact you as a parent. Like, how do you want to be when you are a parent? Yeah, but then again, the main takeaway is to focus on your kids' like needs and wants and personality. Then you work around that, because you never know, some kids might want or might need a helicopter parent.
That's true.
Yeah, I never
No,
know.
but sometimes I think like the kind of kid that they might need is also the kind of parent that you were, and then they got used to it. You know what I mean?
Like how figure out.
Like because of your experiences that shape the way you think and behave. You could be someone that is just very worried about everything.
Yeah, that's highly possible also.
And so when your kid comes out, you are still worried about everything.
And you become the
Helicopter lah.
yeah, like the helicopter. So the helicopter, like it's either you become the parent or you become the parent that you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just absorb the good ones and ditch the bad ones and work on
Are they really good and bad ones though?
whatever works for your kid.
I feel like it's only bad when it's too extreme.
It's the same thing for fur kids, right?
Either extremes. Definitely.
Like you were talking about the kibbles thing.
Picky eaters.
Yeah, picky eaters, yeah.
I mean for pets definitely. You don't have the issues where you can helicopter parent them too much. I mean no need. Okay,
not so much
got
lah.
tiger parenting lah, huh? Got those that send for competition, send for I don't know, obedience training, all that. And for some obedience training, I don't know why it's like a competition. Like, hey, my dog got go, why your dog never go?
Same like the my kid got this, got that, all this.
My dog no need.
My no need.
Your dog have already still anyhow pee and poop. My dog never. Like,
Yeah, so maybe the dog, like even before the training, it's even worse.
Yeah, I mean you never really know,
Yeah,
right?
so they need ma.
So which is why you find something that works for your pet. I think for me personally, I mean that's just the only thing I can speak for my own personal experience, right? For me personally, my pet is my pet lah, right? She does as she is, and we are the kind that honestly we are not too fast, right? Like I say, you just don't be a menace to society. Don't piss me off, right? You get by your day, I get by my day. You live a great life. You are fed, you are played with, you have a place to sleep, and I don't let you go hungry, go thirsty, whatever, right? I still take care of your basic needs. Do you really need to be like a super performing dog?
Don't have to. So
Do you need to be the kind that listens to commands like that? No, right? Like, as long as we have fun, everyone gets by, I think it's okay. And so when sometimes people be like, hey, never send your dog go school ah? Hey, never bring them swimming ah? I mean, these are real questions I've had by the way. Hey, never go dog run ah? Why? Why do I want? No, but they can go dog run and meet other dogs. Then kena bitten by the dog lah.
yeah.
Right? Like, so my dog's fine. Is she depressed every day at home? No. like, okay, what? Like, once in a while, she gets to meet dogs downstairs in a good, healthy manner. Everybody's leashed, polite with each other. Once in a while, run around outside. And if my dog has never been off leash, is there a problem? Is she like dying? No. She every day sitting in a corner being grumpy? No. Like, it's fine, what? It works, right? It works for us. Like, does she need to go to school? Why you want to ask me? Like, my kid never go school, then my kid never listen. The pet is just running around barking at me all day long. No. Then why need to go school? You can afford to send to school, good for you lah.
Yeah, we're not comparing this thing, right?
I feel like there's no point. I feel like there's no point to compare is one, but also there is like no point trying to parent them any particular way.
Yes.
I think with pets, like animals, like yes, they have feelings and all, but not so worrying in that sense because the repercussions are not as great as
for a kid lah.
as compared to like a human kid, right?
That's
when
true.
we have a pet, like I mean, yes, they can get depressed, yes, they can have separation anxiety, but again, I think it's very different in terms of how cognizant humans are versus like pets lah. Like it's a bit different. Like I won't say it's exactly the same. And again, I wouldn't say that like you can completely disregard pets' feelings because they have big feelings too. Okay, everybody. But in that sense, it's a bit easier lah to manage if you ask me. Like it doesn't have super lasting effects
like a human.
Correct. Because like human, we all know we grow up a certain way.
Yes.
Right? So if it was trauma, it stops with us. If it's great, then let's continue.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like 家家有本难念的经. If you see something that's not right, you just let them be lah because it's their way. They chose to show up this way for their kids.
Yes, correct.
Then for us, like what we can do or what we actually advocate is you show up the way that your kid would like you to show up.
Yes.
Yeah, and you think it's comfortable for you to show up. Like cannot be your kid say, Mami, 你给我黄金万两, but you don't have, right? Like, I mean, like if the kid wants, but it's out of your comfort zone, it's also another thing. Yeah, so it's a good balance lah.
I think you need to find what works for you and your kid.
Communication.
Yes, what works for your family. Maybe your kid don't know how to tell you at this point in time, but find something that works for your own family unit, right? And I think when we live in a community, sometimes You cannot stop yourself from sharing experience or giving advice. But I think we need to do it in the perspective of, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying like this is how you should be doing it. I can share my experience. Whether or not you want to take it is another thing.
Yes.
Don't force me to take it.
Yeah, and those giving advice also,
Don't
please,
force
you
people to-
sharing leh. you not like not compulsory one, please.
If you want to share and insist I do, then you raise my child for me. Or you raise my dog for me. Then you return when they are trained. Okay?
Yes. Because they are not aware of the repercussions that can have. Like this small action can they
Or like you might have done something and it works for you. But I cannot keep up doing it every day. Then how I teach my dog? Because if I cannot do it every day, I do one time only, then they're not going to learn what. Or if it's way too much for me. Like a lot of people say, toilet training your dog. Crate training your dog. You bring them out every 20 minutes. They drink water already, you bring them out. They eat already, you bring them out. They play already, you bring them out. Because their bladders are so small. Right? Once they get excited, they need to pee. They eat, they need to pee. They drink, they need to pee or poop. Right?
Oh my God.
So every 20 minutes, you bring them out. Then when they sleep overnight, right? You have to wake up every 2-3 hours to bring them out again. It's like breastfeeding lah. But basically you bring them out. Whether or not they need to pee, they don't know they need to pee ma. So you bring to try. They do it, good, come back and sleep. If cannot, come back, try again later. But like, I need to sleep. I'm not going to wake up at 3 a.m. and then again at 5 a.m. to like just to bring her to pee.
Yeah, so if the dog wants you to show up like that, but you cannot ma.
Right? So I'm not going to. And so people do tell me like, oh no, you have to do that. You cannot. If you indoor train your dog already, your dog learn to pee on a pee pad, right? They are not going to pee outside. I'm like, yeah, it's harder lah, but what do I really need, right? I'm going to leave my dog at home for a certain number of hours when I go to work. I cannot force her to hold her bladder, so I need to teach her the correct place to go inside first. What? The outside can come later.
Priorities.
Right? The peeing outside can come later. Yes, she might not be housebroken in that sense, but like, what do I really need at this point in time in my life? And then, if you can learn and it works for her, it works for me, great lah. I've tried. I mean, honestly, I've tried. People got to say before, first thing in the morning, you bring them out when you wake up. We've tried to catch, at the start, we try and catch her waking up timing, cause also not fixed, right? I wake up at 6 a.m. before, okay? I know, like, my alarm doesn't ring at this kind of time, man, okay? Unless I need, like, particular event or whatever. But on a regular day, my alarm does not ring at this time. 天亮我才起来，天黑我不会起来。6 o'clock I set my alarm. Or was it even 5:30, 5:45? Just to make sure we get up definitely before she gets up. And then we can bring her, just carry her down and make her pee. I did it for one day. And she did not pee. So I'm not wasting my time. I'm not going to wake up at 4:45 and 6 anymore to do this in case she might learn how to do it. So I'm just going to sleep.
Maybe she just don't want it.
Correct. So at the start, maybe it was also a bit like at the start, she didn't know she was allowed to pee outside. Because they recognize where they can pee, right?
Correct.
So then to them, outside is 不可以 pee 的嘛.
Yeah, no,
so she wouldn't do it. What?
Yeah,
she would
correct,
only do it at home. And to me, I needed her to know the correct place to pee at home.
Yeah.
So I teach that one first.
Maybe she's more confused by you doing that in a like.
There are people that train both at the same time, which is a bit harder because then they'll get confused.
Yeah, correct.
Then else is you choose one. So to me, it's like I choose the one that I need first lah. Then now she pees outside fine. And she recognizes like, oh, when we bring her for walks, yes, that's for time for her to pee. She can pee wherever she wants that one. We just wash, right? And then when you're at home, you know where to pee. So the only thing that she's not really learning through this process is how to hold her bladder. Because she still has access to pee at any point in time. But is that truly important in where we're at in my lifestyle at this point in time? No.
Yeah, so find something that suits you.
Yeah. So if it works lah. Then whatever kind of parenting that is, it works. You are bringing up someone that functions and like doesn't harm or burden other people. 不会麻烦到别人.
对啊.
People can say my dog not potty trained. Cause
then
like,
their problem
no, they say my dog not potty trained, right?
Why?
Cause they say, cause sometimes she poop then will like off tray a bit, cause like she move a bit then comes off, or like once in a very long while she will pee in the wrong place. So they say she not potty trained. And also cause she's not the can hold bladder. Like I walk you already, you go to people's house means you confirm won't pee, cause you are not outside ma, right? So they say my dog is not potty trained. But recently we had a dog come our place, and that person told us, that owner told us, oh no, my dog pee and poop already done for the rest of the day already. But they still put a diaper on in case lah, cause it was a male dog and male dogs tend to mark, right? Bro was marking all over my house that day. But in the diaper lah, but it still was all there. And that night, after we fed the dogs, my dog didn't poop the whole night. She only peed once. That whole night until we slept. Meanwhile, the other dog marked like mat the whole night and poop in my house on the mat, not even on the tray. And people tell me my dog's not potty trained.
Damn.
And they say their dog is then other people will say that their dog is potty trained and they're done for the day. So I'm just like, honestly, if
打
you-
脸打脸.
really leh, don't come and tell me about my dog is counting. Okay, my dog functions completely fine. If it works, it works. Then and don't ask me to bring them to school because like this dog also got go school. Then Indian still like that. What?
Yeah, having said that, like we encourage people to communicate with their kids also, right? Like kids
Yeah.
or like fur kids.
Mm.
Yeah, but then again, one thing is you communicate with them, another thing is you also need to listen. It's not like you communicate like, hey, you ask them, what do you want?
But also don't be overly allowed. Like don't be the kind of parent that allow everything.
Yeah, you negotiate.
Of course, I accept you.
You negotiate because you need to find something like there's a good balance
Again,
between
it's balance.
what you
right?
can give and like what they want to receive.
Yes.
So it cannot be like you're always giving in to them.
Correct.
So they'll be like tyrants in society.
There should still be boundaries.
Yes.
There are things that they need to learn. And like I will say this, I truly believe in this. Kids need to learn how to lose.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot always win. I played with so many toddlers where they are playing a game with an adult. How do they want to win? How are they expecting to win? But their parents always give in to them, right?
Yes.
So when they play with other people, other adults, they lose.
Then they're not
They
happy.
throw a fit.
Yes.
Like a mad
I know
ass
the
fit.
fit is meant to be another word, but
It's so bad. And
so
I'm
it's
like,
a censored word. They throw a tantrum.
yes. No, they just throw a fit. And you're just like, kid, you're not going to win your whole life, eh? Like, you are now 5, 6. You need to understand that.
5, 6,
7,
7, 8.
You need to learn that there are times you will lose. Things are not always going to go your way,
Mm-hmm.
right? As parents, yes, you want all the best things for your kid. But I think teaching them failure
Yes.
and how to come back after failure
Correct.
is also important.
Yeah, my girl, you recently, right? Like just happened yesterday. Recently, she's very upset when she has finished the food. She just threw a tantrum. Like, really, the donut, last piece, she eat one. Then she will, I tell her, no more already, no more. Then she, no more. Then she will, she keeps crying
没有就是没有啊。
没有就是没有. Then I'm like, you know what? 没有就是没有. Mommy can only
你自找。
give you a hug.
哎，你
You
自找的，
finish it
你
already.
吃的。
Yeah, you finish it already. You finish it already. You can't blame me for this.
I
because-
give you an alternative. You want a hug from me?
对你吃完了，妈咪只可以给你拥抱，我什么都不可以给你，就是这样。我不能再给你多一个，因为真的没有了。
嗯
Even if I have, I also say 没有了啦 because I don't want to give him 嘛。Like every time she throws a
Yeah.
tantrum, then you just give it to her.
Yes.
That's also to me lah. This is
Same,
the
same.
kind of
Same as dog.
Yeah,
Cannot
this is
every
the
time
kind
they
of-
bark then you do.
correct. This kind of parenting I want to have.
Mm.
Yeah. Then she just cry and be upset. Like I mean, it gets the very first few times it's a bit like wow, a bit straining on your ear lah because she's like screaming in your ear and everything. But as time goes by, this tantrum gets like shorter and shorter and shorter.
I feel like this is one of those things, right? Sometimes I can compare, right? It's like when my dog barks, also can be very loud and very high pitched.
In your ear one, right?
And yeah, and it's very, very annoying. But I have realized that my tolerance for her barks, right, is a lot higher than my husband.
Yeah, correct.
Cause like it's her same barking what. We are
Mm.
in the same space. And he gets so annoyed by it sometimes. And
I
I'm
think
just
it's
like,
because he is not prepared because we have done the homework of how having a dog is like. Then probably you are mentally more prepared than he
no,
is.
cause at the start I think when my dog barked also, I also cannot. To be fair, I think I boleh tahan at the start a bit more in terms of like I 心痛 and I want it to end, so I want to go out.
God.
But we are the more like, but both of us also got say like we cannot give in, so we will like 狠下心 and just not give in, right?
Correct.
But now sometimes she has learned demand barking, or she has learned like barking at the top of her lungs, and it can be really very loud, right? And there are mornings where she bark, right? I mean, we gonna complain recently we gonna argue. But like so she barks and then he can get very annoyed. He's like, wow, she damn noisy in the morning. And I'm like, then what you want me to do? You want me to go out now? He's like, no, cannot give me like that. Like then you say until like that, what you want me to do? Like what is with this?
He just wanted to
comment?
say lah, like 很吵
That
sia.
like 我也是觉得吵 but what can we do?
Yeah, you have to go through this like for the
Right.
parents listening, like parents alike, like you just like tahan lah.
Tahan. You must have a
Yeah, if
heart
you
of
don't tahan
stone.
now, the next time you might need to settle other things.
Really is must have a heart of stone. It's the only thing I can say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean not to the extreme. Okay, suddenly I feel right like people listening to our podcast might feel like we like very neutral. Everything just cannot too extreme. We got no hot take lah. Nothing like very controversial. Everything is like please communicate, please find a balance.
But to me, okay lah. My controversial take is like if she fall down, then let her fall. Then she stand up, you laugh at her lor. If it's like her own problem lah. Like she pain, she cried, then I also laugh at her. Like to me lah. I laugh
Guess
at
what's
her.
my controversial thing?
What's yours?
You cause it yourself, then your problem.
Yeah, correct. That's how I like I already told her ma. So I don't want like sort of like I told you so to a toddler. A lot of people say, 哎呦，他只是一个 baby， 他不懂。But then if 他现在不懂，他以后怎么会懂？
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
if she learns from the start,
That's great.
yeah, I get the same thing when my husband and I decided to put her in infant care at a very tender age of like 3 months. And everybody like, 很小啦，什么不会啊? What if the teacher's not nice to her? Like, you know, like bully her, all this, then she cannot speak or whatever. It's not good. Then she's still very young, immune system very weak, blah, blah, blah. We get everybody saying no. But my husband and I were like, it's for our mental health.
No, and I also think that sometimes things like that is also where like helicopter parenting comes from. Like which is why parents are like, no, the teacher not great. Cause like if my kid's gonna compare,
if you no, then next time, then how they can't, when you bring them to like play group or what, when they are a bit older, they have like even more severe separation anxiety, then they find it difficult. They have to handle even more things.
Actually, sometimes I wonder, right, how do you solve this separation anxiety thing with kids? I've heard of kids where, right, until 4 or 5 years old, when their parents drop them off, they still cry for half an hour.
I think
1
probably
hour.
it's the personality and also how you,
Right? So I've
how
asked
you
my
handle
parents.
them lah.
I've asked my parents before. Did I cry when you all dropped me off at school? When I was younger.
Did you?
I mean, I didn't go to infant care. Like, I think I started going to school when I was like play group.
Usually like for
probably.
our time.
I didn't go to infant care. I think my brother went to infant care. I asked my parents, did I cry? Did I ever cry when you all dropped me off at school? My parents, no.
My sister, like we all go to school at about 3 or 4 years old. Yeah. My sister cried.
She said I happily went to school, and I asked her before, like, why? Like, did I not care? My mother said that I enjoyed going to school, but also she feels like they made me feel secure in the sense of that they will come back at the end of the day, and like you just go and have your own fun. They will come back for you at the end of the day, and she said, I guess in terms of like a 3-year-old wouldn't understand this logic. But if you assure them enough and you don't constantly hover over them, they learn some independence. Yes, they probably would be able to manage this a bit more. If you are constantly hovering, you say cannot, they too young, cannot go to school. Cannot.
Then you'll be so scared of the surroundings.
By the time you eventually start standing at school at 5, maybe because 7 must go to school already.
Correct.
Like primary school confirm need to go in Singapore. You cannot don't go, right?
Then everything cannot. Then you're all scared, ma.
Then at 5 years old, you start sending them to school. But for 4 years of their lives, they've never been apart from their mother. How?
Yeah.
So,
that's why lah. Then after that, now she's like very social, very
she doesn't cry when you all drop her off at school anymore.
Oh wow, she just run off, man.
Right?
Yeah, she don't even say bye. We said bye. Then she's like, then she run away. She's like baby, because like they are new babies lah. Then she's baby, then run away. Then we're like thanks.
Yeah.
It left the teacher there saying bye.
Yeah. So I guess as parents, you always want to do the best for your child, and you don't want your child to get hurt. But I think it's also important that they learn how to pick themselves up after that hurt. Because with it comes independence, and I think that's what kids really need.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't be there with them forever. You can't be there for them forever.
Yeah, the hard truth is you really, really cannot be there for them forever.
As much as you want to be with them, right? Honestly, right, by the time they start primary school, right, they really have to fight their own battles. Right? I'm trying to think of a scenario in Singapore where you can helicopter over your parent for as much as you want. Like,
I don't think you really can, honestly speaking.
I think like by the time they go to primary school is when you will realize that you cannot control every single aspect of their life.
And then they'll grow up to be 妈宝男 or like
shit.
爸宝, is there a 爸宝女?
I'm sure there will be.
Like 妈宝男 and 爸宝女.
Because the English version is the mommy's boy and the daddy's girl.
Yeah, correct.
So come on, have fun.
Yeah, so this is how they grow up to be. Then like they can't function as a parent because they don't know how to parent.
Die.
Yeah, they can't even parent themselves. So it's, I mean, look at the long run, guys. So think of what is really the best for your kid.
Do you want to perpetuate generational trauma or do you want to stop it?
Yes, so that is our hot take
for today, and hopefully we have more next time.
Yes.
But otherwise, find something that works.
Yes.
For everybody.
Yes.
Don't burn yourself at both ends.
Yes.
To do something that people say you should do.
Yes.
And that's it for today.
Yes.
Join us again next time as we continue to yap about more things about parenting.
Yes.
And with that,
bye guys.